Hi, I'm MJ from Linus Publications, and today we're going to have just a short session on someone called Jensen Huang, and he is Nividia's CEO. Nividia is a company that makes chips, and they were making them at one point primarily for the gaming industry, but it turns out they're very well suited for the AI industry. So this is one of the companies that is broadly termed to be in that AI bunch. As you note, hopefully, I have been doing CEOs of companies that, in effect, are online media, and now we're moving into the AI companies. I think you need to know the types of people that are leading these companies because they're going to have a broad impact on your life. Now, when I looked at Hu Hong's natal chart, it was actually, I got a little, impressed. It seemed like he's got a lot of nice angles here, and it looks like he can do a lot of good things for his company. That was in contrast to what I was seeing in another CEO's natal chart. Not that that CEO couldn't do it, but there were a lot of ulterior motives there. Now, when I'm looking at this person's chart, what I'm seeing is Mars is opposing Saturn. And you might think, well, that's not such a good angle. Well, actually, it has a lot of drive, but it's very disciplined drive. So you're not just recklessly driving down the road to get someplace. You're driving and you're going as fast as you can, but you're making sure that, your brakes are working, everything's okay, and you can stop. So it's very ambitious, but it's very cautious ambition. There's a need to create, but it's also cautionary. So you're not just creating for the sake of creating, you want to create things that can be useful. So Mars is want to push to keep on going. Saturn is saying, 1 minute, can we use that? Is it feasible? Does it work? So Saturn works really well here like this. So it holds it back. And Mars is striving, full speed ahead. Now, in addition to that, we have Neptune squaring both of them in what is called a C-square. So what does this mean? Neptune is visionary. It is, pulling all these thoughts out, thinking, oh, all these things you can do. But guess what? It's got Mars, it's got Saturn there. It's saying, 1 minute, reality check here. Can we do these things? So it's good. It's a very workable combination here, especially for what he's doing. This is not to say in his personal life or anything else. I'm looking at the AI stuff. So he's a visionary, but he's got brakes on. There's a reality check going on here. In addition, this is causing a lot of tension because there's squares and oppositions. And for people that have squares and oppositions, you probably know what I'm talking about. We have Jupiter coming into trine Neptune. Jupiter is almost like a safety valve here. So it's adding a lot of grace to this configuration. So you're not going to be sensing the tension. It's almost like I said, it's a safety valve that's sort of going off through that. Jupiter is expanding that vision, but that vision is being held in check by what? Mars and Saturn, in effect, fighting to be restrained or fighting to get out there. So it softens the whole piece. Now with that, let's move to some of the angles that are coming up for this person. First thing we see is coming up right at 12/1/25. We've got Pluto conjuncting Mercury. Now, this is indicating to me that he's going to have the control of some narrative here. Pluto is about control. Mercury is about plans, speaking, putting stuff out there. So this is telling me he's going to be controlling something around that time. This is also something that tells me, I wonder if they have new products coming out, because this could also indicate new products, maybe something new coming up in an earnings report around that time, if there is one at that time. Now, next thing we have is on 1/8 in the new year, we have Uranus squaring the sun. It's retrograde, though. Retrograde means that it's a delay, and we're not likely to really see all the effects of it until it goes direct. Uranus is unexpected. squaring his sun, which is identity. The unexpected here could be other competitors, maybe trying to take an edge on him for some reason, or trying to come in on their territory. Next thing we see is on 118, Jupiter trining Jupiter. This is also retrograde. So again, we're not going to see the results, and it's likely to be delayed. But this could indicate that whatever was happening with the Uranus square Sun, maybe from competitors, is something that can be, in effect, taken care of with the opportunities that will be coming up for his company. Next thing we see is on 125, and that's Pluto in conjunct Uranus. In this case, Pluto is control, and Uranus could be, in this case, the innovation. I suspect, hard to tell at this point, that this might actually be the government coming in to try and control something. Because this is saying can't get there from here. So this could be maybe regulation coming in or some type of control. Next thing we see on 623, Jupiter in conjunct Saturn. Jupiter is still retrograde. So in this case, in effect, we can't have the growth because what? We're being restrained, so can't get there from here. And that could be to regulations that have been put into place. Now, lastly, what we have is on 3/1/26, we have Uranus squaring the Sun. And this is direct now. So at this point, we can actually see the effects of what had been occurring. So this is likely competitors or something unexpected that has happened to, in effect, either him or his company. And I expect if it happened to the company, it would also affect him directly as the CEO. So we'll have to see what happens at that point. Now, the angles after that, there are some that are better, but I don't want to go too far because, again, I don't want to make this lengthy. I want to make it nice and short. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day. Bye now.